Welcome back to the Spin Meter. Today we are taking a look at another new CX Blade, Reaper Incendio, also called Hell's Reaper in Takeratami. Reaper Incendio actually sounds a lot cooler. Reaper Incendio is the CX evolution of the Incendio series, the fourth one of the line. This is the Hasbro single release of Hell's Reaper, being in the same wave as Dran Brave, Dark Perseus, and Wizard Arc. In Japan, Hell's Reaper did not get a singles release at the same time as the first three, no idea why. Instead, Hell's Reaper became the prize blade for its own random booster. Go! Yeah, it seems weird that we had to gamble for Robin's Beyblade, and meanwhile Multi and Jackson's Beyblades were already in the single. But fortunately, Hasbro learned from Takeratami and instead released Reaper as its own single along with the first three. I didn't buy the three because I already have them from Takeratami, but with Reaper it makes my CX Persona collection complete. The Hell or Incendio series have really had such a terrible history in Beyblade X. When Scythe Incendio was released, it was the go-to blade for a while, but unfortunately the later releases of Chain and Hammer just could not hold up in the ever-evolving metagame. But Reaper Incendio has been a pretty popular one lately since the release of the wave. My friend JC found a display with the CX wave here in Winnipeg and he got me the Reaper Incendio single, so I didn't have to gamble for it. Thanks JC! The Hasbro release of Reaper is a starter single unlike Takeratami's random booster, meaning it comes with a crappy starter launcher. The packaging for the CX release is amazing. They separate each part of the main blade to show the potential and possibilities of custom line. Reaper Incendio does come with all new parts, and I really got to applaud Hasbro for making this easily accessible and selling it to us outright rather than making us gamble for it or locking it behind an expensive stadium set. So even though you screwed us older players big time with the World Championships, we give credit where credit is due. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut sometimes. So, let's get this open and let's check it out. So opening it up, let's start with the new bit because I have a feeling that is going to be the most interesting part of the set. This is called Kick. Kick is a fusion dance of Taper and Hexa, having a hexagonal bottom. The idea for Kick is to have it be an attack bit that can conserve stamina like Taper, but also to hollow out and stabilize if it starts to destabilize like Hexa does. It sounds good on paper, but we will have to see how it actually does. For now, it looks pretty nice and I do want to try using this on other combos. For the Ratchet, we got a black and red for 70. While I like the combination of colors they chose for this Ratchet, you all know how I feel about the four-sided Ratchets. Good aggression, poor design in the plastic molding where it's too easily burstable, especially for a 70 height. And now let's move on to our main event, the components of the main blade. Reaper Incendio's lock chip features the usual flaming skull and a black chip. The design looks pretty cool and definitely the black chip complements the artwork of the flames very well. The main blade is the Reaper blade. It is a four-sided balance type blade with red plastic and the metal is shaped like sharp scythes. This is in reference to the original Scythe Incendio blade where it was more of a rounded off shape of scythe sickle blades. The blade also has black and white pattern stickers molded onto the plastic so you don't have to do it yourself. But over time, when you use it excessively, it will be prone to chipping off if it takes some face shots in battle. The blade looks really nice, I do like how it looks, but the thing is that there is no thick contact points for any of the big attacks to cause knockback. It might not be an issue if we keep the height low so that we can probably have Reaper Ratchet snipe, but considering CX's characteristic as being too tall, this might not matter. And with CX Blades, we have the Assist Blade, or Auxillary Blade in Hasbro. We have a new one called Turn. Turn's gimmick is that you can take it apart, flip it over, and it's got two modes to use. You can have the plastic blades facing downwards for attacking, and you can have it facing upwards for increased stamina and absorbing hits. The only thing is, and this is the case for all CXs, is that the auxiliary blade making the CX blade super tall makes the auxiliary blades the primary points of contact, so when they get hit, they're prone to wearing down the fastest. Turn actually might be one of the most useful auxiliary blades of the CXs so far because of its strong attack capability, and the weight of it can make it good for defending. I would prefer it to be able to just flip around rather than separating it into two pieces, but what can you really do, right? It's also as thick as round and bumper as well, so that's the thing, but it's not a terrible thing really. Also, one more thing to add, even though it is possible to make a combo without the need for the outer blade, you still need both of them in order for it to be legal to use. The entire blade put together weighs 36.9 grams, so 37 grams, which is actually really good. It weighs more than high attackers like Tyranno being a Keel Shark and is probably the heaviest Incendio out of all of them right now. The entire blade put together, the design looks really nice with all the colors meshed together so perfectly, and it makes this blade look absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely one of those blades that is a great addition to people's collection, especially if you are a Robin fan. The Beyblade status as a CX though might make this not really competitively viable, but let's take this to the arena and let's see what it can do. Now just before we test out Reaper and Incendio, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about the sponsor of the channel, Oreno Designs. Oreno Designs is an Australian-based 3D print store that has a wide variety of 3D printed accessories available, including Beyblade deck cases. They have a lot of different designs for cases available like Aero Pegasus, Sting Unicorn, Tyranno Beat, and very recently added new designs like Impact Drake and Silver Wolf. The one I use is a Phoenix Wing one, and it is excellent. A very well designed case that looks and feels good, and is great for keeping my Beyblade deck safe and secure so I can travel with it without worry. So if you want to get your own deck case, Oreno Designs does have a sale for those Brento deck cases right now, and not to mention, if you use code HARUREN at checkout, you will get 10% off your order. So not only are you getting a cool deck case, but you're also getting a great deal. So in just the stock combo testing, Reaper Incendio performs a bit better than the other CX stocks in the wave. I don't know if it's really the kick bit that is doing all the work, but Reaper moves around pretty good and the blades are pretty decent when they attack. When we have the turn assist blade facing down for attack, it does deliver some good hits, and the upward facing turn can give pretty good stamina, but not as much as most stamina types. Plugging a score on this blade, I'm giving this an 88%. It's definitely not the best, but it's far from bad and really one of the better CX blades that we got right now, and I really like that this is easily accessed without needing to pull it from a random booster. If you come across one, I definitely recommend picking it up since it seems to be the more popular find, and from what people here in Winnipeg tell me, apparently there is only 4 in every display. And if you're not a fan of the Incendio series, at least get it for the kick bit because friggin' hell, I've been trying it on my Tyranno Beat and my god, it fucking slaps. Reaper Incendio is really just okay in my opinion. The blade does require a little bit more testing and a little bit more experimentation to find something really good with it. Though the kick bit though, my god, that's actually pretty good. I might try to use it on some other combos. But what do you all think of Reaper Incendio in the comments down below, and let me know if you plan on picking one up yourself. Support this channel by pressing a thumbs up and give us a subscribe for more awesome Beyblade content. I've been HaruRen, and remember, keep being serious but having fun. Bye!